Wow.
That's a nice watercolor.
Yeah.
I know, it's just perfect.
Reminds me of the Gerber baby.
Yeah,
But
so cute.
Yeah, she's my granddaughter.
Oh,
No, yeah,
Oh, the great eyes. Those eyes look real intense.
she has a big eyes. Yeah, because
Cute. It's
her
almost like
father
I see
has a big
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
You're not old enough to have a granddaughter, Joy.
Oh, thank you. That's good to hear. This is the third one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
my
Cute.
daughter and with the 3 kids and her husband, they're living in Portland, Oregon. Yes.
Oh,
Oregon, huh? Wow.
what a
Yes.
cute picture.
Lovely.
How long did it take you to paint that? Just curious.
How many minutes?
This one is
I'll be
pretty
honest.
quick because I didn't put many colors, and I just want to have a baby skin.
so how long was it?
I cannot remember. I think I did
Half an hour?
more than of course more than yeah. I
Very
cannot
beautiful.
remember.
Absolutely fantastic. It's so beautiful.
It's magnificent. And in fact, the fact that you didn't use so many colors is what so means.
oh yeah. The lighting on the face is beautiful. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You make it look so easy. It's
I
really,
know.
Oh, thank you.
That is really very lovely.
it is, it really
Yeah.
is.
Very pretty.
Absolutely. Great.
Very, very nice.
The next one you need to do, Joy, is to do all 3 of your grandchildren together.
Yes, actually I did some small with gouache.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I made some, but watercolors are difficult. I tried. I inspired from Jenny Rogers, the watercolor painter. She used this kind of watercolor technique for poetry. So I really love that her technique.
Oh.
Very simple and just warm and cool color. Very simple. Yes.
If this is any indication, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Masterful. I love the cute little hand right here, the way you just, you know. brush it.
Yeah, I thought it's too small, but I watch it. I see the photo is exactly small like that.
Foreshortened.
But looks too small with full.
Well, thank you. This is
Wow, it's huge.
it's original drawing, and it's you can see it from both sides of the wall, inside and out. It's cut glass and shattered glass mosaic. It's on tempered glass. I use a very see-through glue, so you can see from both sides. It's framed in oak, and it's kind of interesting. I had to sell it with the house because it was the wall. So
I'd like to use the shattered glass, Jerry.
Ordinarily nice.
it is shattered glass, you know, where you take the tempered glass and you break it up.
I see.
Yeah.
I was going to show you. I do the clipping with this, with some of the little pieces. And then I draw things out with this. It's got a little wheel on it. And this is the special glue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it, called.
How heavy is it?
Not terribly heavy, but I'll say one thing. I did a mailbox the other day and tried to mail it to my daughter. Let me tell you, that was heavy.
Yeah.
With the grout and all, you know,
Yeah.
this is not too bad.
I would think this one would be heavy with a 30 by 36. That's good size.
Yeah, and that frame is thick wood, heavy wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably heavier than what you remember.
I wish I could have brought it, but it had to stay. I think it.
Ulrika.
Thank you. So I really don't have much more to add. It's a work in progress, and just had a really beautiful beach walk in Del Mar, and it was a little misty and sun was not quite setting. It's just amazing colors. And I thought, always take photographs, and I figure I'll just try one. And my thought was to add a few people later on, so you really see how small we are and how big this is. So we'll see.
Colors, are
Beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, love the colors.
It's beautiful.
Really terrific use of blending with acrylic, Ulrika. You know, it has a watercolor look to it,
Yeah, it does.
and I'm sure you thinned down the acrylic, but it's just really a very good blending.
Yeah,
I like the idea of people in it.
yeah, just little tiny, tiny people. I mean, to get the scale of, nature is big and wonderful, and we're just small. We get to be here.
Yeah.
But I don't water it down. A little bit, not too much, but I like the sketching part most of everything. I just like the easy sketching, don't worry about it. And then when it comes to refining, I lose interest. So it's already changed a little bit, but I kind of like the immediacy of just putting some paint down.
Do you use
What kind of acrylics did you use, Ulrika?
I think I have Atelier. I can't remember. I think that's the one.
So
Some
are they like,
golden, maybe.
are they full body or are they flow?
Yeah. I like the thickness of it. I have the full body, and then I just, smooth it out a little bit with water. I have different mediums and stuff. I just seem to never use it. I just get the consistency, add a little bit of water at times.
Yeah. So far, I love the texture so far. You've got the texture on the water, a little rougher, and then it's really smooth up here. I like the contrast of that.
Ulrika, is it on canvas or on paper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just a fairly small canvas. I think I picked it up at Michael's at some point when they have their sales.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one is mine, and I called it, I called it Zen meditation. One of my friends,
Nice.
the original photo looked like this, and I thought that the wooden cabinet took away the whole ambiance, and so what I wanted was something a lot more reverent, because I wanted it to be meditative.
Very cool.
So this came together really quickly because I was so inspired. So I tried to hide some of the edges and the top of the cabinet, and put a spotlight in the middle here so that she'd be in front of the light. And this cat is absolutely fabulous, gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So different. What kind of cat is
I have no idea.
Spotted.
A wild cat.
Leopard cat.
That's great. I like the size of the cat. It comes out right out at you, where she's in the back. It's really nicely done. And the shading is really nice.
Yeah, Joan, you did a great job of
Really
drawing
nice
and lighting. Both of
Yeah,
them.
the lighting is great.
And I like the add of the color on the cushion at the bottom, the red.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It really grabbed me when I put the tools together and it started looking like this. I mean, sometimes you work and work and work on something. This one I hardly had to work on. It just came together.
That's always a pleasure when that happens.
Is there a little mouse I see somewhere in there?
Oh, but there's a rat.
Now, the next picture is a frame that Michael gave me, and even though it looks like it's brown, it's not. It's sort of it was the most ideal frame for this picture. It's sort of a rust color with gold in it, but it looks like wood when you see it here, but it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah, that makes it.
Yeah, if you look at it, you
It's,
see how dark it is up here, the more yeah, this is more like what it is. It's not this wood stuff, and it is sort of copper, got copper lines running through it. But I thought it was just the perfect frame with the black mat.
Yeah,
It-
very.
Gives it so much
pulls-
depth, yeah.
It
Very
pulls
nice.
you in. It pulls you in along with the
Yeah.
shadows along the sides. Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree. It's amazing, Joan. It's just mesmerizing. So intimate.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Don't tell anybody, but I was drilling the screws in the back, and there is a little hole right here that I have
Oh,
to get
Oh, it's too late. It's been recorded now.
It caught my eye immediately, Joan.
the hole. I've never done that before, and this beautiful frame, it went right through. Anyway, so I think this is one of Michael's old frames, and he doesn't do this kind of work anymore, and he had no use for it, so he gave it to me, and it was just perfect. Well, thanks, everyone. Yeah,
Perfect.
Very
It
nice.
is really good. I like that. It's one of my favorites.
me too.
Mhm.
Okay, so this one, I didn't even think it was finished. I was thinking it's a work in progress. But I posted it, and one of my friends that's an artist over here, he actually was commissioned to do Pope Francis's original portrait for the
Wow.
Vatican. And he said to me, don't touch it, because he says it's done. But I don't know, I kind of, okay, all right, no, because he said it's all about the mood, and this one has a lot of mood.
It does. It does.
It's very mysterious. Hi, Chris.
No, there is a lot of political stuff in that painting, but I'm not going to discuss it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Chris, if it's,
Fine, so you can guess.
yes, indeed. Chris, if you weren't done with it, what were you thinking of doing?
Yeah, good question.
Well, I was thinking that the blue up in the right-hand corner is a little bit washed out. I was going to maybe put something else in there, and I don't know. I had no idea what I was going to do. I was just going to change it because I thought, well, but everybody says leave it, so I'll
Yeah, I
leave it.
like it the way
Makes
it is.
easier.
Yeah.
It pulls you in. This blue up here, it draws your eye
Absolutely.
right to the painting, and then
It was supposed to be the underpainting.
So Chris, is there anything else you want to say in it? I noticed the title, and I can fill in some of the blanks, but only because I'm seeing the title. So, I don't know if you were thinking along the lines of being a little more blunt about what you were saying.
Well, it's kind of castle-like, and the numbers are significant at the top. I'll let everybody guess about that. I won't discuss that. And
It's
then,
damn it, it's in Italian, damn it.
Well, it's Roman.
it's in Roman numerals, yeah.
Yeah. Paint, Chris?
Some of them are oil pastels. The red, I think, is oil pastels, and then I've got ink in there as well.
Okay, so there's no collage or anyone.
Right there.
No, there's no collage.
Oh, yes, yes, thank you.
You know, the little mask-like or parachute-like symbols at the bottom actually help kind of balance it and kind of finish it. So if those weren't there, yeah, maybe more of an underpainting, but those really do help set it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What size is the painting?
It's 20 by 30.
What size?
The only comment I have to make, I think it is essentially finished. The only comment I have to make is the green sort of cruciform design through the middle. The green portion just below the light blue area. I think that's kind of a phthalo green, is it?
It is.
I would like to see you intensify that just a little bit beneath that tower-like shape.
Ah, okay.
Just to accent that area above the calligraphy. Yeah.
Right there?
There.
Okay, all right.
Above. I'd like to see a little intensification of that because I think it would really make it pop there.
Okay, and what about underneath the writing? Put some there as well, or leave it like that?
No, I would go above the writing.
Above the writing, okay.
Yes, and just below the tower and maybe move it just a little bit to the right. Just not a whole lot, but I think it needs that pop of that intensity, at least from the photo.
Okay, great. Thank you for the feedback. That's
Yeah,
what
I
was looking
just think
for.
it would really make it pop if you did that.
And then let's see it when you do it.
Yeah, and if you,
Fast paint.
let's,
Yeah.
and in fact, you could also take maybe just like a brush full of it and that shape up above, I wish I could point, but
I know exactly where you're talking about, right next to that, yeah.
yeah, just a little bit to the right.
Right.
Keep going, Joan. Joan up, right, okay,
Right
into
there.
that shape, yes,
Put some in there too. Okay,
yeah.
great feedback.
Nice.
Notice you always have something that adds a little perspective to your paintings, which is really great. Is this shape right here? Let me get this thing here. I love the way you've got the angle. The sharpness of all of this offsets all the fuzzy, unfinished stuff. Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
that was a great idea. That. And
I just love everything you do. I think this is
Yeah.
amazing. I want to meditate on it. It's just restful and exciting at the same time.
Yep.
Thank you.
In fact,
I like the red in it too, Chris.
Yeah, that red was important.
mhm.
And that was just a bunch of scribble oil pastel, because I think I should always have the point of view of doing an underpainting and stopping there.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's back to the less is more.
Yeah, right. Sometimes less is more. Thanks for all the
Exactly.
feedback.
If you'll forgive me, the next slide. I've been so impressed with your progress and how you seem to have mastery of this medium that I had to go on your website to see some of your earlier works. I wanted to remind everyone of how far you've come. Here's something must have been older. See?
Oh, that was when I first started.
Yes, you see what I mean? And now you've gone to this.
Yep.
I thought that was just fantastic.
Thanks.
See,
Both
I
of
like
them
the
are
other
good.
one too. I think
I
this
do
is
too.
pretty fabulous.
Nice.
This was a drip painting. So I just
You're
put
kidding.
splotches and let it drip
Wow.
in both
Yeah.
directions.
I like that one too. I like all of the work.
I do too.
Van Gogh Duels at the Salon. Great
Nice
title.
texture.
Or else Van Gogh went to get his nails done. This was a class assignment, and it's small. It's a very small piece on watercolor paper with acrylic. The assignment was to do it entirely with a nail polish brush.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Very cool.
that explains the title.
What size is it?
It's only about a 5 by 7 inches.
5 by 7 feet or
Inches, no, 5.
very nice. I like that.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that blue is almost three-dimensional.
Yeah, I like the blues. I like the way the blues turned out.
Yes.
Yep.
But I don't think I'll be. Go ahead. I'm
Is that-
sorry.
With that medium in the red sections, is it texturized with some kind of medium?
Does look like it.
If anything, it would just be the Liquitex or the golden retarder. But otherwise, no. It's just the nail brush, the nail polish brush, it kind of. It tends to be gloppy. It's not a precision brush. So a lot of the characteristics of it are due to the fact that it was a nail polish brush.
What? It was acrylic though, right? Not nail
Yeah.
polish. Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, if that had been the assignment, that would have been a trip, huh? The nail polish. No, at least we got to use paint.
Thanks for sending it, Carol.
Thanks for showing it.
Oh, that's pretty, Phyllis.
This photo's not very
Oh,
good.
wow.
At the time I sent this photo, I wasn't quite finished with it. I am now, and I can't say that I changed a whole lot. But at this point, I'm not quite finished. I have since gone in and defined, worked a little on the upper right-hand corner, defined the face a little bit more. kind of lighten the area right next to the face. But other than that, I did a little bit more to the upper left, but not much. Pretty much pretty close to having been finished at this point.
Yeah, it's
I
really.
love the way the horse in the back kind of fades into the background.
Yeah, I like that part too.
That is fantastic.
And there's a lot of texture on it. Again, an awful lot of texture. The robes of the two figures were part pouring, part dripping, part a lot of textural elements. So again, it's one that you have to see up close in order to see how much texture there is in it.
I really love
It has a great mood, feeling to it, Phyllis. Very moving.
I like it. It was one of those things, a big change for me because I don't usually, do this sort of thing. But I was going through some old magazines of mine to get rid of them. And I was struck by the fact that so many things that I saw with figures had animals in them. And I almost never do animals. And so I decided to try one of my typical kinds of figures and incorporate an animal in it. And that's what happened.
When you juxtapose the animal with the moodiness of the figures, it makes you want to stare and figure out what's going on. So.
Yeah, there's a little bit of mystery in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Alongside this one, and I'll show it at our next one, I worked with another one with animals in it, which is totally opposite of this. And I was somewhat inspired by all of Michael's geometrics. So the next one I will show you is a figure with animals, but it's very geometric. And I worked on this with the same palette, essentially, at the same time. So I was going from a very hard edge geometric to this kind of thing in working with both of them. So it'll be interesting to get your reaction to the one I'll show you next time, because it is now finished too.
Yeah, this is really beautiful. Thanks, Phyllis. I think
It's back to you.
Anyway, I assume I should start. And this is an old oil painting I did, and I did it pretty quick. And as I'm sure some of you, sometimes the quickest ones are the best. One of the best. It was very spontaneous, and it's just a scene, horses in the background. Didn't give it a title, and I don't know what else I can say about it.
It's on canvas.
It's on canvas and framed, of course. It's not a great picture. Frame's a little crooked, not in real life, but on the picture.
Oh.
Hopefully, no.
And if I had painted this foreground, it would have turned out muddy, but you managed to bring it off. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's the only thing I would say is more on the bottom, it's cutting in half, but I still think it works. Even though normally I would have not done that much of the bottom part, the pasture, but I think
I like that pasture piece.
Yeah, you don't think it's too?
I know, I like it too, Eileen.
No.
So do I. Well, that one, I was a member. I painted that in a workshop from this Filipino master painter, and I was so impressed with his work because I was a member of the Valley of the Gem Art Society that I joined his workshop for one day. And this is what I painted from a little black and white photograph of New Mexico. And in the front of it was a graveyard in the photograph. So I didn't paint the tombstones. Instead, I painted a field of flowers to represent the people that have passed away. And it's oils. It's an oil painting. It's one of my older style of painting.
Beautiful.
I love the bush in the front, the tree.
Yeah, that's great.
It's lovely, Pico.
Was that Santa Fe, Pico?
It was in, I think, Las Cruces. I might have been Las Cruces.
Oh, okay.
But it was a little black and white photograph from a newspaper. Like, I can paint this.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the graveyard in the old church, and I thought, super.
Great job.
I'm glad you didn't put the gravestones in. And
I just put flowers in the front, and make it,
happy.
a warmer feeling to it.
Great.
Beautiful.
Well, this is really, really old. When I first started painting after I retired, and we went down to Chicano Park, and apparently that's one of the largest varieties of Chicano murals there. And I know it's changed over the years, but I was blown away by those. And just a little attempt at folk art, if you like. You could tell by the lawns that I hadn't learned how to flatten them. They're standing up. But I realized afterwards that's probably the first time I, without knowing it, ran into Pico. That's him on the bicycle.
You know that Chicano Park is all around it is really changing now.
It's wonderful.
And I go there once a month for the last 10, 20 years. I go to Chicano Park, but I go to a restaurant called Los Cuatro Muertas off of Cesar Chavez Boulevard.
It's wonderful on Sunday morning when it's not overcrowded.
Yeah.
And there's, as you say, there's lots of wonderful galleries around there, and sculpture galleries and paintings and all sorts of stuff. But
yeah, the history behind that park was that they were going to build a police station there, and they had so many people protesting that they decided to make it a park, and then they started painting these murals.
Yeah, it's a really fun place. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Did you mean to put McDonald's golden arches up here?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It happened that I don't know what was going on that Sunday, but the the airplane with its advertising and the McDonald's blimp was up there.
That's very cool.
Oh, okay.
All of those I tried to, and it's fascinating how they put the murals on all the pillars for the freeway. It's hard to tell. I didn't get my freeway all that good, but that's the on-ramp to the Coronado Bridge.
Right.
Very nice.
It is fantastic. It's so fun. I love this.
Yeah, it's so much a folk art piece. You captured that very nicely.
Yeah. And the movement is so, I just keep, following the cars. It's just really fun.
Thank you.
The bicyclist, and the car coming together gives it a dynamic quality.
I like the bicycle being bigger than the car.
I think your next painting ought to be a crash between those two.
No.